conference play.
Older and wiser, isn't that how that works?
I hope so. In your case, I really hope so.
Oh, me too, man, me too.
Sam Dower, big second half for Gonzaga. Way short on that free throw. And now a foul called on Michael Hart. He just picked up number 4. That's the 4th team foul on GU this half.
It looked like the ball slipped out of Sam's hand on the release. Shaking his head, frustrated, but
not a good game from the free throw line for Sam. 4 of 8.
No, and on the year, we talked about it earlier, 53%. Kind of a head scratcher. You look, he shot over 80% last year as a freshman.
Fletcher got a 3 away over Stockton.
Can't relax here if you're GU. 9-point game with 3 minutes.
Not against a team that can shoot threes.
Yeah, exactly. You got to stay disciplined. Cannot relax. You have to at some point learn from your mistakes. As I think we have a foul off the ball on Earl.
Yeah, his 4th. That's 10 team fouls now on the Falcons. So Gonzaga into the double bonus, and this puts Dower back at the free throw line as Fletcher picked up a career high already on 7-11 shooting, 17 points.
Yeah, he's been about as impressive as any guard we've seen here this year. He's coming into the year averaging a little less than 9 points per game. He really struggled coming into tonight from the three-point line, 6 of 21, but he's 3 of 6 from behind the three-point line, 17 points, like you said, Greg, 7 of 11. And you throw in the fact he's got 5 rebounds. He's played awfully well.
Dower looked good on the line there. Lead back to 11. It was December 23rd, 2008 when Portland State came in here, and a game that felt a lot like this one. And the Vikings able to upset a ranked Gonzaga team on this floor at that point in time. No students, lackluster effort, but this second half felt a lot different than that first half for GU. The energy's back.
I called the game on the radio that night, and it was one of those head scratchers. Guys just could not get going. You know, G'd make a run and then relax. Portland State played about as well as they'd played that entire season, and that was the really good group for Portland State. Coach Ken Bone was there before he took the WSU job.
And their point guard hit 8 threes.
Yeah. What is he, 5'3" maybe? Remember, Jerry Pargo had his hands full all night.
Yeah, I forget his name. Yeah, Jeremiah Dominguez is what it was. Loose ball.
I think 5'3" is a little harsh. Probably closer to 5'6".
He was 5'6". But you know how they always exaggerate that number. Possession arrow staying in the same direction. But it was a kid who came to Gonzaga for his summer camps.
Yeah.
He was spurned and bummed that Gonzaga didn't offer him a scholarship, so he goes to Portland State and comes in here, has the game of his life. Good for him.
He was good enough to play for GU that night.
He was. He certainly was. Getting some moisture now, cleaned up off the floor. Just get the feeling like this is a game that the coaches just want to get over with.
Oh, yeah.
Preparing for Princeton as Pangos got the shot away. Did not hit the rim, though, so that's a shot clock violation.
Yeah. You could not care less how it looks. We want the win. Let's go enjoy Christmas.
It's a Princeton offense. You don't want to have to prepare against that, do you?
No, you have to. And then only having one day makes it, you know, had you had 3 or 4 days, you can prepare against it. But when you only see Air Force, you know, randomly on your schedule, it's not like, you know, once they get in the league play, teams are used to playing that system, so it's a little tougher on them. But on a one-game environment, they're difficult to deal with.
Earl spins on Dower. Kick out. 3 free throws coming for Fitzgerald. Foul called on Pangos. You know, and there's some expression on that face. He doesn't believe that call.
Let's take a look. Fitzgerald has been missing all that badly tonight. 3 of 5 from the field. He missed awfully bad here. Let's take a look on the shot. That's a good call. Right on the...
Oh, I don't know if it was Richard Fox. You're too quick to jump to conclusions.
Let's take a look at it again.
I don't think he touched the elbow.
Let's take a look.
I think I'm in Pangos' corner on that call.
Let's take a look.
I don't think he touches it. Watch.
Right here.
Didn't touch it.
Touched it.
I did not see the elbow move.
It's crafty, actually. You know, tap the elbow.
I didn't see it. I did not see it. Where's Dickow when I need him? Fitzgerald. It's the first one.
It'll make it when we agree that much more, you know, feel that much better.
It will. There's your A to Z rental player of the game. No job too big, too small. 7 convenient locations. We rent everything as Fitzgerald hits his first 2. Let A to Z rental be your most valuable player for all your rental needs. Tonight's player of the game, Kevin Pangos. 23 points, 7 of 14 shooting, 6 of 12 from behind the arc. What a weapon as a freshman for Mark Few. Fitzgerald hits all 3. 8-point game. I don't know about that call.
Really?
I did not see the elbow move.
You didn't see it, that maybe it could have been a foul? You know?
I think it was the inertia from the way he shot the ball, but I don't think that there was any sort of penetration from Pangos that allowed that elbow to go back. And we have a foul called here. Minute 31 to play. But you look, what do I know, right?
You know a lot more than you give yourself credit for. You've been doing this for a decade.
I better know.
You've seen enough players and enough games.
I better know a little.
I'm asking you questions.
Boy, I'm so glad we talked about Turioff and Violet tonight. We can't talk about those 2 guys enough.
You know, I'm actually going to. Corey's here at the game tonight, and we're planning on getting together afterwards. He'll be really happy we talked about him. So I'll make sure we let him know what great things we had to say. But I think when I look back, it's just hard to remember is those guys played together for 3 years.
Yeah.
That was your front court. I mean, I was lucky enough to play with those guys for 2 of them, but that's about as much talent as they've had on the front line at any point over the last 10, 12 years.
Stockton's free throws pushes it back to 10 points. Fitzgerald in and out. Actually, that was Fletcher. Tough break there for Air Force. Yeah, minute 10 to play. Should point out, I do not see John Stockton here tonight, but I do see Super Bowl MVP Mark Rippon in attendance at this game. Spokane's a great place. We have all these little nuggets around town. We've got Gonzaga, one of the great programs in college basketball today. Mark Rippon, a Super Bowl MVP, and if I remember right, he was a league MVP that year too with the Redskins. If maybe not that year, but. There's Pangos. Great feed to Sam Dower in the finish. That's tonight's play of the game, brought to you by Supercuts. Get in, get confident. Oh, that's Supercuts play of the game. 15 local Supercuts salons today. Supercuts proud partners of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Brookhuis hits the 3 with a timeout. Brookhuis hit his first attempt on that shot. He's 1 of 3 now, 9 points. He's played well, just not scoring the points that his team needed. They trailed Gonzaga by 8, knowing that Michael Lyons, their leading scorer, they lost at the 17:03 mark of the first half. Air Force has been an uphill battle the entire time, even though it was close at half.
Well, you could tell every possession was a struggle, really searching out looks, and they got some excellent looks. Deeper into the shot clock, I thought that first half, Gonzaga just really not that interested. You know, we're there, but they weren't there. You're thinking about going home, and there aren't any students here to get you going. You're able to stay in the game, and I think after halftime, Coach Hugh probably gently reminded them that, hey, I know that your friends aren't here, you want to go home, but this is a big game. We cannot afford to leave tonight with the loss. This is a team in Air Force that's going to do some things in their league, but more than anything, we just got to take care of us here in the second half. Let's play harder. Let's make sure we get the ball inside. As a result, they've had some success, and they switched it up defensively, too. Going to that 3-2 zone has really caused Air Force some problems. They haven't been able to run nearly as much of that Princeton offense as they would have liked.
Pangos, lob, Dower, finish. Woo, I love to see that.
Those 2 kids have connected here 3 or 4 times.
Who was the best player at that half-court lob?
Kevin Pangos.
Better than Step, your boy?
Oh, I thought you meant on that particular play. No, no one was as good as Blake.
Ever.
At any level that I've seen, that I played with or seen in person. But
that's going to do it. 10-point Gonzaga win. They've now won 4 in a row. And this was not a thing of beauty here tonight.
Yeah, but we talked about it. You don't care. Hey, win or lose, win, ugly, pretty, doesn't matter. It's the staff. Hey, we got the W. Let's go home. Let's give these kids a break. We'll come back and we'll work on what we need to work on as we play Portland and Xavier.
Merry Christmas, Richard Fox.
You too, buddy. You too.
Happy holidays to those out there. Actually, the clock stops with 1/10 of a second to play.
Just inbounded here.
So I guess we get a turnover there. Messing with the stats.
I'm sure the stat guy's just going to ignore it.
Well, Air Force, they were game, ladies and gentlemen, out of the Mountain West. They lose it by 10. They were in it all the way. They end up for the game shooting 52%. They were out-rebounded 30-20. But in the end, Gonzaga rolls on. 2 more games in the year 2011. They play Portland next to open the West Coast Conference play, and then they finish 2011 at Xavier. For Richard Fox, I'm Greg Heiser. For our entire crew, happy holidays and good night from Spokane.